Hey everyone. Whether you're planning to study in Canada or you're already on your journey, we've got some important updates and tips for you today. We're talking about the latest changes to student visa policies, work hour caps, things you should avoid when applying, and much more. Plus, we'll help you choose the best courses for your future PR application and the Canadian job market. So grab a coffee, sit back, and let's dive in. First up, let's talk about new student visa policies. Canada continues to be one of the top destinations for international students, and they've made a few key changes to make the application process smoother and more transparent. Canada has streamlined the student visa process, making it easier for applicants to submit their documents online. This includes faster processing times for many countries, with some applicants getting their study permits in as little as 4 to 6 weeks. So no more long waiting periods. Another big change is the biometrics requirement. If you're applying from a certain country, you might be asked to submit biometrics, fingerprints and photos, early in the process, so make sure to plan for that. Next up, let's talk about work hours. In 2024, international students can work up to 20 hours per week off campus during the semester, and full-time during breaks. This is great news for students who want to gain work experience or support their studies financially. But here's something important to keep in mind. Working more than your allowed hours can have serious consequences, like losing your study permit or even being banned from reapplying. So, be sure to stick to the rules and remember, during breaks like summer or winter holidays, you can work full-time, but always double-check your visa conditions. Now let's get into what not to do while applying for your student visa. This is crucial because making a mistake can delay your application or even cause it to be rejected. One of the most common reasons for visa rejection is submitting incomplete or incorrect documentation. Always double-check the list of required documents and make sure everything is in order before you apply. Never provide false information or try to hide anything on your application. Immigration officers are very thorough, and discrepancies could lead to serious consequences, including being banned from reapplying. A lot of students underestimate the financial proof requirement. If you're not able to show sufficient funds to cover tuition, living expenses, and travel costs, your application will likely be refused. And last but not least, don't leave your application to the last minute. Start at least 3 to 4 months before your intended start date. Immigration processing times can vary, and you don't want to stress over a last-minute application. Now, let's talk about something many international students care about. What courses should you choose to increase your chances for employment or permanent residency or landing a job in Canada? First up, STEM fields continue to be high demand in Canada, and these are often the best areas for both the job market and PR pathways. Tech jobs, engineers, data scientists, these professionals are all in demand and can increase your chances for provincial nominee program nomination. Healthcare is another high demand sector in Canada. Nursing, medicine, and public health graduates have great opportunities to work in Canada, especially with the aging population. Business degrees, especially in finance management and marketing, are also valuable. While the job market is competitive, business professionals with Canadian experience often find it easier to land roles in big corporations or even start their own businesses. Remember, it's not just about picking a popular course. Think about your interests and how they align with Canada's long-term needs. Studying a program that's in demand can significantly boost your chances of getting employment or even PR after your studies. Now, one of the most important things you'll need to think about when planning your studies in Canada is the minimum living costs. This is crucial for your visa application, as you need to show you have enough funds to cover your tuition and living expenses. living in Canada, on average, international students can expect to pay anywhere from 7,000 to 29,000 Canadian per year, depending on the program and institution STEM program. STEM programs tend to be on the higher end, and while arts and humanities may be a bit cheaper. In terms of living expenses, it varies depending on where you live. Cities like Toronto and Vancouver tend to be more expensive, with an average monthly cost of $1,500 to $2,500 for rent, food, transportation, and other essentials. If you're living in smaller cities or rural areas, you might be able to live more affordably, at $1,200 to $1,600 per month. So, overall, make sure you're budgeting around 10,000 to 15,000 Canadian per year for living costs. And don't forget about unexpected expenses. Always have a little buffer. So there you have it, folks. The key updates on the Canadian student visa process, work hour caps, tips for a successful application, and the best courses to choose for your future career or PR in Canada. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments below. We're always happy to help. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click on the bell icon so you never miss out on the latest immigration news and tips. Thanks for tuning in, and good luck with your Canadian study journey. See you in the next video.